Hi there, good afternoon. This is Midcap Radar. I'm Mangla Malu. With me is Anisha Jain. For the markets, we're holding as steady as can be at 10,800. However, the internals have changed. So the intraday chart of the Nifty tells you that there's no problem. We're holding on to the morning gains and currently 10,800 on the Nifty. But the components of those gains have changed. So as we speak, we have L&T, which is at the low point of the day, Dr. Reddy's, which is at the low point of the day, and SBI, which is at the low point of the day. But in the interim, the rupee, which started strong, has now weakened to the day's low, and as a result of that, we have all the IT stocks which are batting for the Nifty as we speak. So Infosys, TCS, and all the other IT stocks from the frontline space in focus at the high point of the day. Remember, come second half of this week, and these stocks will be in focus on account of their third quarter numbers. But as far as the mid-cap index is concerned, that one's given up some steam, sitting with a gain of about 0.3%, currently though off the highs of the day. What are the stocks which are not doing too well? We have V-Guard Industries, which has slipped to the low point of the day, and Page Industries not doing too well, about 13% off in just the last 2 weeks. But what should you do with your positions in the index and individual stocks? We have Ashwini Gujral, who joins in with his top technical tips. Ashwini, first up, your call on the Nifty. It's been steady as ever, 10,800 thereabouts. Does that tell you that there is no momentum on either side? What does one do? And mid-cap index, that one's giving up some gains.
See, you make money when markets go up, not when they are steady. The other thing is that you have to take it not from Friday's close, but from today's open. If you are lower than today's open, that means the bears have won the day. Now, either you can take profits here or use a stop of say 10,740, 750. Either of that can be done, but the way we have responded to this sort of gap up and global cues and Fed, whatever, I don't think there is great life beyond 10,850, 950. You may get a few of these gap ups, but it does not look very sustainable. So while Bank Nifty is holding up, etc., 200 points, but nothing is building on. So that way, given that we are at the upper end of the range, 2.5-month-old rally, this shouldn't be surprising. The idea should be that since we remain in an uptrend, we would try to buy the first dip towards 10, 750, 780, the 200-day range. But overall, the market is letting off steam. Having said that, individual stocks, Repco Home is a buy with a stop of 410, target of 435. Serra Sanitary is a buy with a stop of 2,500, target of 2,620. And Kotak is a buy with a stop of 1230, target of 1275.
Okay, Ashwini, so yes, market is letting off steam because as we speak, the Nifty has broken below the 10,800 mark and Bank Nifty also set a gain of just around 210 points. What is actually holding up one leg for the markets is the IT space. And if you look at the dollar rupee, that has moved to 69.78. So it has weakened considerably in the last few minutes. The intraday chart for the rupee should come up for you on the screen. We had seen it had opened around the level of 69.30. Then it moved to the level of 69.75. And if you see right now, it's sitting at the weakest point of the day at around 69.78. Ashwini, what's your call on the IT stocks? Because names like TCS as well as Infosys are moving high as we speak.
See, they move higher each time the rupee comes off, but nothing really changes. I mean, most of these stocks are range bound, one day up, one day down. I don't think they are really outperforming in the market, and often you will get trapped because if tomorrow rupee again appreciates, the gains will get given up. You have to stay with domestic stories. I think the IT space is pretty much sideways and lackluster.
All right, Ashwini, disclosures?
We don't have any positions now.
Okay, so that is Ashwini, has no positions right now. That's as far as his disclosures are concerned. Just keep an eye out on a couple of these financials. So as the RBI governor was speaking, the bond yields from 7.48 went higher to 7.49, 7.5, and that has taken Bajaj Finance and M&M Financials to the low point of the day. So keep an eye out on that. What we'll do is actually...
Well, the markets have cooled off a tad bit. The Nifty sitting at the 10,790 mark, and a few stocks that are coming under pressure. Take a look at Dr. Reddy's. Now, that one has lost around 2%. It has seen a bit of a knock in the last few minutes. Bajaj Auto is also coming under pressure, down about 1% in the last few minutes. Add to that a Z Entertainment, and from the financial space, SBI is coming under pressure, and that one has also seen a tad bit of knock in the last few minutes itself, putting pressure on the Bank Nifty as well, which is now sitting with a gain of just around 200 points. But one stock that has been sitting with a gain of around 2.25% since the morning itself is Titan. Now, that one is amongst the top Nifty gainers today, as the company has released a business update for the Q3 and expects that the 22% growth in the jewelry segment in FY19 would be maintained. Mangalam gives us more details. Mangalam, how is the commentary and what are the brokerages making of it?
The commentary was very positive. The brokerages are also positive, which is why Titan is playing the role of a jewel in the Nifty's crown today, 60 points higher. The company continued its good momentum across all the businesses. That was the key commentary coming in from the management. The mainstay of the company's business, which is the jewelry segment, that one saw a growth in this quarter, and the management is very positive that it could go ahead and clock 22% growth for the whole of this year. Remember, the first half jewelry segment grew in mid-teens, so a 22% guidance implies that perhaps the next 2 quarters could grow higher than 25%, closer to the 30% mark itself. More importantly, these are the positive surprises. What was the caution note coming in from the management is something that, the street has been bracing itself for from the start of this year. Margins in the watch business likely to be lower on account of higher spends in the advertising space, and that is something that brokerages believe is not a bad thing because it is strategic investment. So if you take a look at what Morgan Stanley says, there is a higher chance of the company outperforming their margin estimates in the jewelry business, and they remain overweight on the stock. Citi, on the other hand, believes that 22% guidance that the management has given is a tad bit higher than their expectations of 21%. Net company says the consumer sentiment is positive, the brokerages say the stock sentiment is positive, and the bulls say, okay, go ahead, and 21 rupees is the stock is gaining today.
Okay, so everyone seems to be positive on Titan, but as far as the market is concerned, the mid-cap is losing a tad bit of steam because it is sitting with a gain of just around 50 points in the last few minutes. It has taken a bit of a knock. As far as the other things are concerned, well, the IT index is holding one end for the markets. We have the Infosys as well as TCS stocks that is moving higher, and overall the Bank Nifty also sitting with a gains of around 200 points. But with that, we're completely out of time on this edition of Mid Cap Radar. Your stocks when we return.